You're listening to Heroes in the Moment. What's up, heroes? I'm Michael.
And I'm Nathan.
And today we're bringing you the latest with a week in a flash.
Man, I'm excited for this one.
I'm super excited
really
for this one. We've got all kinds of news, mostly in the realm of Marvel today. And then we have our first challenge voted on by you guys over on our Instagram. We're excited to do it.
I'm dead, man.
So,
Michael, I feel like you're a shark in the water right now with this certain topic, and I feel like I'm kind of like Nemo. You know,
see, I might
of
fumble under
Nemo.
pressure. You know,
Nah,
you
come on,
know.
Mike, come on. One time we played this game at Michael's house, and it was like, who can name like the most movies, whatever, in 60 seconds? You probably named like 157. I think I had a good like 7 in there somewhere.
Oh gosh, but we'll see how it goes. We're excited for it. You guys voted for it, so tune in a little bit later in our podcast to listen to that challenge you guys voted for. Without further ado,
I do that all the time.
Without further ado, let's get into our news. So first one, it's not really Marvel, Star Wars, or DC. It's Chic-fil-A.
Listen, man, this news is so dumb, man. At first,
it's shocking.
At first, I thought I was like reading like something clickbait, you know, where
I did
just
too.
like a fake tweet or something.
When you sent that to me, I was like, no.
I know. Are you kidding me, man?
Chick-fil-A getting their own streaming service.
They're dropping a streaming service
similar to PureFlix, family-friendly content. With mostly an emphasis on reality TV and game shows. So we're getting a Chick-fil-A game show, properly called Drip-fil-A, we hope. Coming soon to a streaming service near you.
So weird.
I'm
not completely sure of the detail. You know, I don't know if they've partnered with. I think they've partnered with like a entertainment studio. You know, because I'm like, they're a restaurant. You know, they're not an entertainment studio. So like, how are they going to produce this? I'm pretty sure that they've partnered with someone. Point is, I don't really know. But it's just. It's stupid. It's stupid. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't make a lot of sense.
A restaurant with a streaming service.
Yeah, like who? I mean. Yes, those loyal Chick-fil-A customers, me included, are going to apologize. My dog's saying hi. But most of these loyal, customers are going to probably check it out. But who's going to want to spend another $10 a month on Chick-fil-A streaming service?
I know.
You know?
I mean, Chick-fil-A is great. You know, it's expensive, right? It's certainly in this economy,
but
everything costs. Definitely worth it. Give me a little spicy deluxe, hold the tomato, pepper jack cheese.
A little ad for Chick-fil-A right here.
Yeah, if you want to sponsor us,
we'd be happy to look into
but
that.
I just have a hard time seeing it. You know, when I think of Chick-fil-A and if they made content like that, you know, maybe I could see like them doing like some animated shorts, like maybe with their with the cow,
French fries,
doing
and the cow
something, or his origin story,
like McDonald's used to do.
Yeah, something like that. But then having a streaming service for it, I figured that's be something you put on a website, something you put on a social media site.
Exactly.
A streaming service for this.
Right. So it just doesn't make a lot of sense, but I'm gonna try. I'll do the free month and just see how it goes because I'm just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
But
what demographic? You know, are they trying like those
middle-aged
Chick-fil-A goers?
Your Gen X group.
That's just so weird because we have so many subscriptions, and everyone's dropping their subscriptions.
So
like,
many.
This is dumb. It's too expensive.
It's so expensive.
And now they're getting in the game show.
Just give me DirecTV again. I mean, just give me DirecTV.
The game show is going to be like, you can eat the most like chicken sandwiches in a minute. Something like
I'm winning.
Yeah, what is this, man?
Sign me up. All right. Anyway, further news we've got for today over in Marvel is a couple of cool ones. So first one, this has been something that we've been waiting for a long time, but I'm super excited to say is that Moon Knight season 2 is in development.
There we go.
I mean, me and Nathan both loved Moon Knight season 1. We thought it was great. So the fact that season 2 is in development, or at least reportedly in development, gets us excited, I would say.
We get to explore what's the third personality?
Jake Lockley, right?
Yeah, and they hinted it at the end of season 1.
And that's just going to be so cool. I mean, we loved Steven and Mark, and to get that third personality, just really cool to experience.
I know.
And
I hope they add a little more episodes too.
I do too.
What season 1?
I do too.
6?
6, or was it? I think it was 6.
I think it was 6.
It still fell in that line with, but I think they're starting to get smart and realize 6-episode formula is not it.
It never works, and it's not enough time to.
It's not. So please, give us 8 episodes.
Give us 8
or more
10 episodes,
and that would be much more fitting. But still exciting nonetheless for Moon Knight season 2.
I love Oscar Isaac.
Yes,
anything he does, man.
He's so
anything. anything.
good.
He's so good.
I'm surprised he didn't even win an Emmy for Moon Knight, to be honest. It's just because it's Marvel. But
Yeah.
he should have, because it was great acting.
Yeah, he was killer.
So over in Daredevil Born Again news, we have some news regarding Daredevil Born Again. First off is that Tony Dalton will return as Jack, I can't pronounce his last name, aka the swordsman from Hawkeye.
This is confusing. I feel like, what did he do in Hawkeye?
Not a lot, but he was in this kind of gang leader, and he was kind of good almost in Hawkeye.
Yeah.
But if they explore him more into his villainous aspect, I think it could work. And especially, now that I've seen Better Call Saul, I'm more familiar with his work, and this guy can
cook. Yeah,
he can cook. Having him return as swordsman in Daredevil Born Again, I'm not opposed to. I think he could fit. I think if they switch up his character, maybe make him a little bit more of a serious character as to what he was in Hawkeye, I think it could work very well. And maybe he could be somebody working for Kingpin or working in with his regard somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, in my opinion, I mean, they really fumbled his character in the Hawkeye show.
They did. They
didn't
give us enough
comedy. They made him too good.
Yeah,
and then we never really got to see his skills.
Exactly. I would
they kind of introduced him as a side character, but he wasn't even a side character. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm excited to see him here. I think the writers are gonna be really good for Born Again, and since it's gonna be a more mature show anyway, I think they're gonna go down that path too with Swordsman. And like you said, the brother can cook, so I'm excited to see what he does.
He can too. I mean, I think it'll work great with the show, and from what I'm hearing, I'm super excited for the show. The trailer looked incredible with shots that we got. The cast coming back, it looks exciting.
John Bernthal's my dad, man. I love that guy.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so exciting. Good, come March, we're gonna be so hyped over that. Next year's just gonna be. I think it's gonna be a great year.
Yep.
We hope.
Check out them episode reviews.
Absolutely, and movie reviews coming to you soon in a theater near you. All right, our next piece of news also comes from Daredevil Born Again. This one is a little bit interesting, and it's that Marvel reportedly considered including Kamala Khan in Daredevil.
I feel like this is an idea that the higher ups floated. And then I feel like 100% the writers probably like, no. Like, this is
right. Which they did say no, she's not going to be
super mature, and then they try to bring in Miss Marvel. It doesn't fit.
I personally, I'm a guy, I've loved the way that they've done Miss Marvel in Marvel so
she
far.
Was the best part about the Marvels.
She was the best part about the Marvels. Her show 100%. Wasn't bad. She's Mon Vellani's
she's
amazing
great.
Casting. So I'm not necessarily against it, but her and Daredevil just doesn't really click necessarily.
Fit.
But they did say her father Yusuf will be in it in some capacity. I bet in just like a cameo capacity, like Daredevil saves him or something.
They destroy his car.
Yeah, something happens. He's just like, hey, something. I don't know.
Which I don't see why it's necessary. We know it's all in the same universe. So why do we need cameos from very small characters and smaller TV shows to show it's in the same vicinity? You know what I'm saying?
True. I don't know. But still, nonetheless, it's still interesting to think about and consider like how they're going to do all these characters, because they do have a lot of characters to move around that they've developed from Phase 4 and Phase 5 that we haven't seen again. That they just come out here, and then where are they going to appear next? It's interesting to think about, because she's one of the rare cases where she's actually appeared more than once in Phase 4 and 5, and there's been a lot of disconnect. So hopefully there'll be a little bit more connect before long. All right, this next piece of news I'm excited about.
Okay, come on, tell me.
I think you know what I'm talking about.
I'm not sure.
Maybe. And that being, this is 100% confirmed. Hollywood Insider said this.
Okay.
It's confirmed.
Okay.
James Spader will return as Ultron in the Vision series.
Cook.
I'm so hyped. I mean, yes, the Vision Quest or Vision series or whatever it's going to be called is been in development for a long time and being questioned for a long time, similar to Armor Wars. But with the whole idea of bringing back James Spader, give him a second chance.
I know.
As Ultron, it's just such a music to my ears.
Facing off versus Vision. I
would assume so. And from what I've heard, this could directly lead into Armor Wars if it still comes out, with Ultron being the main villain of that.
I want him back in the movie.
I think that'd be awesome. I think he'd be a perfect fit. He'd be a perfect villain for Armor Wars. And it just makes a lot of sense. And James Spader is so good.
He's so good. I saw something the other day that said that since 2015, he's only been in Blacklist and then played Ultron.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
But she did Blacklist for a long time.
He did a Blacklist for like,
and that's like my mom's favorite show ever.
Really?
So yeah,
she loves it.
She loves Blacklist.
I've never watched it.
I've heard good things, but that's her favorite show ever.
I'm a little confused on how they're gonna do this.
Yeah, I am. How are they gonna bring him back?
I mean, there's no way it's just for the passing.
Here's my let's cook with theories. Let's cook with theories real quick.
Cook, Michael.
Here's my thing. We know that Vision, as we know him, is destroyed. He's gone. So it's White Vision with Vision's memories. What if somehow a portion of Ultron's, I guess, what do you call it? Like circuitry or chip or something, a part of Ultron is inside of this Vision. Like it reawakened a dormant part of Ultron. Because remember, Vision was created to become the next Ultron. He was created to be the ultimate Ultron, but it never happened, right? We saw it in What If, which was really cool, but it never happened.
Okay.
So what if a dormant part of Ultron comes to life in White Vision and somehow escapes him or something and creates his own entity again? I don't. That's just a thought, maybe, of what could potentially happen. Maybe there's a dormant version of Ultron out there.
I like that a lot better, as long as they don't kind of discredit what happened at the end of Age of Ultron, right? Because it was very clear that Vision had destroyed him, right? All traces of him were gone. So I think him kind of rising up from the inside would work a lot better than be like, oh, secretly he had a secret, I don't know, file on the internet that managed to leak out, and now he's building his body back up.
Right.
I don't think that works as well.
Yeah.
But no, I see what you're saying. Yeah. And also, I totally forgot that Vision got totally destroyed.
Yeah. He's done. It's just White Vision now.
White Vision.
We'll see how it goes with the show. But I'm excited. I mean, Ultron coming back, so cool. Redemption, baby. I
really hope it's not just a show, man.
I know.
Like we've already said, they did him dirty. I would love to see him, in Doomsday and Secret Wars.
He has a lot more stories to tell. And he's such a cool character. So I think that'd be really, really awesome. All right, some other news, and this one being very controversial, being plot changes for Spider-Man 4, which will apparently be another multiverse-related movie instead of a grounded superhero movie like we were expecting that will come out between Doomsday and Secret Wars.
So we are getting not one Spider-Man multiverse movie, but now two Spider-Man multiverse especially movies. After we were promised
a more grounded friendly
version,
neighborhood Spider-Man,
which is where the end of No Way Home left off. Yeah. I hate this. I hate this with every fiber of my being.
Two thoughts. My two thoughts on this. I get where they're coming from. I get that they want a Spider-Man 4 to drop before and between Doomsday and Secret Wars, because I truly think that Tom Holland Spider-Man is going to be probably the anchor being of the MCU. I think that they're going to do that. And I could see them getting another multiverse plot in there just to make it make sense in the execution of it. And they may execute it well. I don't know. But that's the business standpoint of what they're doing.
I know.
The storyline standpoint is we've already seen this version. We've already seen this character. No Way Home was a fantastic movie and did really well with the multiverse. Probably the best movie to do it besides Deadpool and Wolverine. But we're kind of done with that now. We want a more grounded character who's fighting against Green Goblin or his own villains.
Saving, New York City.
Saving like people on the streets or something simple and really cool, maybe related to Kingpin in some way. That's what we want. That's what we want to see from this version of the character of Spider-Man. I mean, we want to see that more grounded version of him by himself, figuring out his life's problem when nobody knows who he is. Yeah. That's what we wanted. So we'll see on how they'll do it, but it is really kind of negative news, really.
I mean, like you said, I understand the business aspect, but the fact that we have to wait another 4 years for a Spider-Man film is, first of all, that's terrible. Tom Holland's getting older, but like you said, like when you think of superheroes to kind of tie in a multiverse, Spider-Man's probably the last on the list, right?
Right.
He's a younger kid, he's caught up in his city, fighting his villains, finishing school, all that stuff. Like I said, they did No Way Home really well, but bringing in another multiverse plot with Spider-Man, first of all, every reaction I've seen from this is just bad. Everyone wants just a regular Spider-Man
grounded,
story.
friendly,
and that's what you see in all the comics too. Like that's who he is as a character.
I mean, you may have an occasional multiverse story or an occasional alien story or an occasional this, that, but that's occasional.
I know.
That's rare. Most of the time, it's just our general friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. That I think of the Spider-Man games that we get from in the PlayStation, Spider-Man PlayStation 4, Spider-Man 2, PlayStation 5.
They have the Tobey Maguire trilogy.
Yeah, those are just fantastic. Those are fantastic.
That's a great iteration of the character.
Exactly.
I am done with these multiverse movies. If it was a Doctor Strange number 3 multiverse,
it makes sense.
That's cool.
It makes sense.
Something like that. But throwing in, I know he's their biggest character, but throwing Spider-Man in, waiting more years to do it, and throwing it in the middle, I hate it.
It just takes a lot away.
Especially after they told us like they were going for more grounded version. That's how they set it up, and they're like, "Psych, we're changing everything. You are now a multiverse character."
So it's going to face a lot of problems, and we'll see if that faces it in the box office as well.
I know,
but it's Spider-Man. Everybody turns out.
We want like Homecoming vibe again.
We do. We do. But even more so, like we want the Homecoming vibe, but without the mentor. He's on his own now. Give us that. That's what we want. All right, and also Spider-Man 4, Venom is reportedly to be involved in it in some capacity. But that also makes me question. I thought Sony was like, no, you can't use any characters we've used, but who knows? Maybe they sorted out a deal because of the whole thing that they did in tease in No Way Home and Venom Let There Be Carnage. I
don't understand. My grand prediction for these two companies that eventually Sony just gonna drop out completely and remove all their stuff from Marvel.
Yeah. That's
once Tom Holland's contract is up, maybe either that or they sell it back, which I don't see him doing. But there's no way like they're gonna include all their characters for Secret Wars. I
totally agree. All right, next news is that Marvel is reportedly considering making a new Jessica Jones series. Which, all right. I mean, if
I
was
the
them,
first season of Jessica Jones.
If I was them, I would have just had her be a character in Daredevil or something like that.
Yeah.
As to giving her a whole other show.
Yeah. Bring her in slowly.
But maybe
she's not huge. But
no. But I mean, that'd be cool. I just still wish they would recast Iron Fist in some way, but we'll see. We'll see.
I know, man.
I don't know.
Which is a shame because that show on Netflix had like some of the coolest fight choreography, but obviously dumb storylines.
But just a bad casting too.
But I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you've seen Punisher introduced in Daredevil Born Again, and he's huge. He's massive. So I don't know what to think about this. I like the first season, Jessica Jones. I think that what's her name? Something. What's the actress' name? I can't remember. Last name starts with an R. I feel like something Ritter.
She's Breaking Bad.
Yeah, she's so cool. And then what's his face? Who is the bad guy?
Purple Man.
Yeah. No, his name. The Doctor Who guy.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Oh,
I didn't watch Jessica Jones.
He is so good. What the heck is his name, man?
David Tennant.
See,
I don't know how I knew that.
He's so good. Bring him back too. I love David Tennant.
Yeah.
All
right, so we do actually have a piece of Star Wars news, and this is some interesting news being, the Acolyte Season 2 is canceled, without a doubt. And apparently, Disney is looking into completely eliminating and erasing the Acolyte Season 1 out of existence as a tax write-off.
I think this is crazy. I can't remember the last time. I think that's
a terrible decision.
I think this is a great decision. Well, yeah, I think... from what I've seen, they've removed the merch.
Yep.
I think they're in the process, pretty sure, of removing it completely from Disney Plus. I mean, first of all, as we saw with the show, they rewrite canon, right?
Yeah, I mean,
they diminish Anakin's role as not being the chosen one.
Right.
But you think it's so bad that they're thinking about deleting
it from the face of the earth.
Yeah, think about that.
I think... This is my take. And
it's also a bad thing for media.
Right.
That media could be made now and put out and then completely be wiped off the face of the earth.
Right. That's the thing that's the part of me. I mean, yes, the show is not good. Yes, the show has its problems and rewrites canon and stuff. But my thing is, instead of, going through the process of completely erasing it from existence, I mean, even though you have to admit, like, it's not a good show, I feel bad for the actors who worked on it.
I did too.
For the writers, I don't necessarily feel bad for the writers, but the directors, just all the people involved in making it. I feel bad for it because they worked hard, long hours to create this, show. Even though it wasn't good and didn't take with audiences, they still worked on it and still worked hard on it. So the idea of them completely erasing it, instead, I would just mark it as Star Wars Legends.
Yeah,
and move on.
I know.
But
I know. I mean,
see.
Yeah, maybe. I think Legends would be a good idea. Sometimes in situations like these, the higher-ups would be like, oh, it's completely unrelated or it's set in a different universe. I mean, the problem is, like, they show Plagueis.
Yeah.
And everything that they reference is in, the grand scheme of things in canon as we've seen. And like I said, it does... Unfortunately, it's terrible, and it does kind of change really everything, the diehard fans love about Star Wars. I think a lot of times you'll see these money-hungry, greedy CEOs. They'll say something like, oh, but you got to think of the people who made it. And you feel bad for them, too, but, like, at the same time, they'll try to excuse their terrible products as, like, playing on our emotions.
Yep.
But, I mean, you got to think about it. It's a dangerous world we live in now for media, that something can be made like this that takes a long time, probably years in the making. And they're like, oh, it didn't perform well. Yep. Time to wipe it off the face of the earth.
It didn't even get an opportunity to perform like Batgirl.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't. After what season 1 did, like, are you saying you want to see like where this thing was going?
Not at all.
Yeah,
no.
Exactly.
But I don't want it to continue. But it's just one of those things. I mean, it's media, like you said. It's just in a world of uncertainty, and you have to make the right decision. So it's just interesting to think about.
I mean, it just makes sense. Like the showrunner herself said that, like, she wanted to like piss off Star Wars fans. It's like,
yeah, that was
why
stupid.
would you do that?
Why would you say that? That was definitely
just stick to what we like.
That was definitely her PR was sweating. The PR team was sweating.
And now
with that one,
you got to think about like when's the last time we've seen something like this? Like in an established universe that connected some dots, and then which is like we're completely removing this.
Right.
I can't think of anything.
I can't think either. I know. So we'll see, and we'll see where they go from here, old Star Wars.
Buy your merch on eBay now because it'll be worth a lot.
It will be worth a lot one day.
Really, like honestly.
Or nothing.
Yeah.
All right. So now we've got to our podcast that we've been looking forward to, our very first challenge voted on by you guys. So the options that you voted on was you either wanted us to do who can name the most superheroes in a minute, or who can name the most movies based off quotes. And you guys voted for who can name the most superheroes in a minute. So we're super excited to get into this and try our hand and see who can win in naming the most in a minute. I'm getting nervous. Like,
no, bro, no. There's no need to be nervous.
No need.
I'm sweating. My armpits they're dripping right now. Can we name villains?
No. Okay, let's the parameters. No villains and no anti-heroes. But anti-heroes the thing though. Like anti-heroes, what I'm talking about is like no Catwoman, no Venom, none of those.
Okay.
Anti-heroes like Punisher, that's fine. Or Deadpool, that's fine because they're classified as heroes. But nothing like Catwoman or people like that. So no villains and no like really anti-heroes.
Okay.
Heroes only.
Okay, heroes only.
Heroes only.
Okay, and you got a timer for me?
I got a timer. Are we ready?
I'm going first. All right, let me collect myself.
All right, collect yourself and let me know when you're ready.
Oh, yeah, man. All right. I'm ready. Here we
go. Go for it.
Spooderman, Iron Man, Cap, Hulk, Thor, Kate Bishop, Wanda and Vision, Hawkeye. I'm going to go with Nick Fury, White Vision, Falcon, Monica Rambeau, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, the Black Widow, whatever her sister's name is. I can't remember her. Ant-Man, the Wasp. I'm going to go with Odin. I was going to say Killmonger, but he's bad. Guardians, you got Star-Lord, Gamora, Nebula, Drax, Groot, Rocky Raccoon, Red Hulk. I'm pretty he might be Professor X, Wolverine, Storm, Gambit. You got the Thing, Mr. Incredible, Mrs. Incredible. All
right, stop.
Dang it, I meant to say fantastic.
All right, Nathan, you named 35 superheroes in a minute.
I probably could have done better, but I'll take it.
You'll take it.
It's not the worst thing, I guess.
Not the worst thing. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I was like, okay, probably not, I want to say Punisher, but
I
just don't know if I can.
All right, so you got a timer on your side?
Yeah, I got my alarm app out here. All right, Michael, let me know whenever you're ready.
I'm super excited. All right, let's do it. Go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
All right, Flash, Iron Man, Batman, Martian Manhunter, Red Tornado, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, John Stewart, Aquaman, Cyborg, Beast Boy, Starfire, Raven, Magic, Mystique's not really. That's not. I don't count that.
Yeah.
Beast, Storm, Forge, Wolverine. I'll shoot this out. Cyclops, Jean Grey, Professor X, Gambit, Rogue, Starfire. I already said Starfire. Oh shoot, this is hard.
I know.
Captain America, Bucky, Winter Soldier, Black Panther T'Chaka, Ant-Man, Wasp, Wonder Man, Star-Lord, Drax, Gamora, Rocket, Groot, Nebula, Yondu, Thor, Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver.
That's it.
Oh, that's hard.
I know it's hard. Okay, you start off really quick out of the gate, so I might be one or two off, but I had 34. Right?
34. Oh, you beat me.
We might need to review the footage on that one.
Footage.
I'm pretty. Like I said, I know for a fact, my little fingies was not ready at the beginning, but
you may have beat me.
I
Right there with the tie.
So.
Okay, we could do the tie.
So.
We could just, that was pretty good. It's hard when you're under pressure.
Man,
you're
with
just
the pressure,
trying to think, because I can think of a million right now.
My problem is I kept on thinking villain. So I think of a movie and then the villain wants to say the villain no,
see, I kept wanting to think because I kept wanting to think X-Men and Justice League because that's where I was getting a lot of cool characters and I just my mind went blank.
I know, man.
But really hard. But anyway,
yeah, I'm saying these time things they can be tough, man.
If you want to listen back and see who really won and text us, DM us on Instagram or whatever, and let us know who is the legitimate winner of this challenge, we would be happy for that.
Yes.
And that would just be awesome to see how we did with that. All right, so this is the part of the podcast where we would begin our Heroes Q&A, which would be questions from you guys. But unfortunately, this week we did not get any questions.
We have nothing.
We got no questions.
How are we going to answer questions if y'all don't ask questions?
I know, you got to ask some questions.
Come on now.
Here's the thing. There's going to be a post on Instagram sometime this week asking for some questions. Please go to our comments. Give us any questions you have. They will be, with 100% certainty, featured in this podcast if you ask them.
Facts.
Any questions you may have regarding pop culture, movies, you just want to say hi and let us know you're enjoying us, please let us know for a shout out or anything like that if you want to ask questions. So be sure to check our Instagram for both our stories and our post to give us some questions for this segment of the podcast, and that would be greatly appreciated.
All right, guys, thank y'all so much for listening to this episode. And as always, if you liked it, please let us know by giving us a download and a 5-star review wherever you listen to your podcast. We have a new feature on our episodes where you can send us a text message by following the link at the bottom of our episodes. You can submit your questions for Heroes Q&A there, or just shoot us a DM on Instagram. And be sure to also check out our Instagram stories weekly for a chance to ask questions for our Q&A segments. Also, if you want exclusive access to episodes, which includes additional movie reviews and such, subscribe to our new membership, Heroes HQ. And then finally, feel free to also check out our YouTube channel and Instagram at Heroes in the Moment.
And we just want to thank y'all for listening. And as always, we love you 3000.